I think the strength of this year's team is going to be three-point shooting. They're starting 5 guys in John Lure, Nankivell, Jarmus, Hughes, and Bohannon that can all shoot from deep. And then, you bring Jordan Taylor off there, who had a big shot last year. People remember, put a game into overtime. With Landry and Krabenhoff, they didn't have that perimeter threat that maybe Lure and Nankivell bring this year. So I think the swing offense is really going to swing with bigs out beyond the arc and guards posting up.
I think the strengths of the team will be guard play. They've got 2 seniors starting at guard, Trayvon Hughes and Jason Bohannon, and they've also got a lot of experienced sophomore guards on the bench.
After losing Joe Krabenhoff and Marcus Landry, John Lure and Keenan Nankivell are really going to need to step up in the forward positions. They're going to need to fill a huge scoring and rebounding void that the 2 seniors left behind last year. Also, the backcourt with Bohannon and Trayvon Hughes is going to step up. Again, last year Bohannon struggled a little bit from beyond the three-point line, but hopefully a year after the three-point line was moved back a foot should help him after being used to it. And Jordan Taylor is going to need to come out big off the bench and provide a spark in the second unit.
And after the top 8 people, if one of those guys goes down, you really need Jared Berggren then to step up and play some big minutes, maybe Ryan Evans, someone like that. But you have 7 guys that are really established, but if one of those guys goes down with an injury, the team's probably in trouble.
Well, when they were released, I think that the polls were pretty accurate. The 6 teams that were ranked above the Badgers all look to be a lot better than them. They all have great star players that are going to lead the team, and the Badgers really just don't have anybody like that. I don't know that they'll finish 7th, but I think when the poll was released, it was accurate.
But at what point does the national media stop ignoring Ryan's success and stop ignoring Ryan's history? He's been to the NCAA tournament 8 straight years. In what was probably his worst season last year, they still won an NCAA tournament game. They lose 2 key players from the team, but they're not replacing him with slouches. John Lure, anyone who watches basketball knows John Lure is one of the most talented forwards in the Big Ten. If he can put it together, he's going to make an All-Big Ten team. And Keaton Nankivell can certainly shoot the ball. So I can't imagine that the Badgers finish 7th in the conference when they've never finished lower than 4th before.
For a team that gets underrated annually, it seems like, by the media and by coaches and by seemingly everybody in the country, it is a little surprising to me to see that they are all the way down at 7th in the Big Ten. I don't see that happening, and I see another NCAA tournament appearance for them.
They have 1 scholarship freshman on the team, Mike Bruzewitz, who, just watching him in 1 game, 1 scrimmage, 1 practice, really sticks out to me as a player that Bo Ryan would love. He's making cuts to the basket when he needs to make cuts. He's getting dirty rebounds. He's only 6'6".
It's not his first year here, but Jared Berggren, he redshirted last year. He's going to have a big impact on the team with the loss of Landry and Krabenhoff. He's going to see a lot of minutes behind Lure and Nankivell. He's going to be a big player.
I wouldn't really call last year a disappointment. They lost Michael Flowers and Brian Butch and Greg Steensma. 3 very, very strong players that made a huge difference for them 2 years ago. And with losing Marcus Landry and Joe Krabenhoff, you can't expect them to struggle a little bit starting at the beginning of the season. But going into the rest of the year, I really see John Lure and Keenan Nankivell really propelling this team to top 5 Big Ten finish. And
I'm going to go with 4th place once again. Bo's never finished lower than 4th, and I think it'll be a better 4th place than it was last season, where they finished tied with 3 other teams for 4th. I just think that Purdue, Michigan State are clearly top 2. Less significant injuries, suspension, something goofy like that happens. Those 2 are finishing 1, 2 in some order in the conference. Other than that, though, Ohio State has Evan Turner, but Ohio State's been known to take stretches off. They've been known to play down to their opponents before, and they don't have Greg Oden and Mike Conley anymore, so maybe they're living off a bit of their old reputation of this incredible talent. And I just trust Ryan. I trust Ryan will get it done, so I'm going to put them at 4th place again, probably around a 6th seed in the NCAA tournament.
I'm going to have to go with 5th place, 5th or 6th. I really like Michigan State. They're clearly the best team in the Big Ten. Purdue, next best favorite. Then after that, I've got Ohio State. They haven't brought in anybody new this year, and they didn't lose anybody. They've got a great returning team. They've got Evan Turner, who should be solid. And then 4th, I've got Illinois, who some people think might be the most talented team in the league. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people this year. They're going to be better than the Badgers. And the Badgers are going to be 5th or 6th with Minnesota.
you know, obviously it's tough to be disappointed with a team that doesn't really have so many expectations going into the season, but you know, Badger fans over the past decade have really expected this team to make the NCAA tournament, and I don't expect anything less.